9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find. Find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow. Superstar.
Hey everybody! Tasha is the wiener. Talk Back Tuesday. It used to be Taco Tuesday. Remember those days? I can't ever keep anything scheduled for a long period of time. Actually, I almost did another rendition of the island game or some kind of variation of it. Changed my mind. I have a topic. You just now posted what? What? Go look at my screen. Oh, my daughter. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, gosh. Why am I scared? Oh, interesting. I thought this was interesting. Probably nothing, but do y'all remember Donna Serafina said in the Summer Wells case she saw the man with a toothpick in his mouth? One of my mods sent me this as it was posted by someone very close in the Summer Wells case. Just thought it was interesting. That is interesting. Huh. See, that is interesting. I mean, I don't see very many, chew on toothpicks. Maybe. Oh no. Maybe I just don't notice. But it seems like a rare thing. That is interesting. It's something to note for sure. That's Tim Mullen. Right? Isn't this Tim Mullen? Yay! Crazy Girl Oddities. Good evening to you as well. Okay, so it is Tim. I was going to say, making sure I thought it's, or maybe the whole picture's there if I click on it. Let's see. Oh, no, it's just maybe Justin's afraid of getting sued. He posted on Find Summer Wells' Facebook. You've got to be kidding me. He he did that on purpose. I almost feel like I don't know what to think. Is this, I don't know whether to think this is a, you know, an attempt at trying a joke, a really bad joke, thinking it's funny, just like Dawn and Candace find the most inappropriate things funny. Well, see, I didn't have bad vibes of him at first because I was told that by a few people who went to school with them, you know, that he comes from a really good family. He's a good Christian guy, you know, and plus I was just feeling that he was trying, he thought he was doing the Christian thing. But as time has gone on, I have seen more of the what I think is like greed or some type of opportunist. I mean, especially when you think about how he tried to ask Brandy to be her media manager. He jumped at that opportunity. He does taunt. Let's see when this picture was originally posted and when Serafina did a reading. Did she see this picture of him before a reading? Just thought. Well, yeah, when was this posted? Just right, Rach? We do. My daughter is playing a video game. Sorry. Summer Cells instead of Wells. Are you serious? Oh, well, maybe he meant Summer Cell. Like he meant it on purpose. Summer Cells. Like, oh, we're using her to make money. Her name sells. Her name brings in money. He has a son. Yeah, it definitely would. This is actually live. You guys, it would say in the title a date. If it was, and it would say a date, like, you know, like the one earlier did 10/21, 2021 or whatever. So if you see a date in the title, it's we're going over during the day or earlier in the day. I'm playing like a couple, you know, a couple hours of an old lives, like of phone calls with Dawn or interviews, conversations. Hey, Chloe. Stop for a few minutes at the beach. How is she going to strike Another Realm's channel? What did Another Realm do? What did Another Realm? Not that I'm going to get to Another Realm. Not that I'm exactly happy about. We're going to get to it, but I'm just curious what she said about Jody Sue that got Jody Sue upset. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Peas in a pod. She has candy cells. Are you serious? She has a profile called Candy Cells. Will she fall strike? Oh, you're talking about Daisy. Did Daisy ever lift that strike, Justin? Just know, Daisy, if you don't have mercy on others, others will not have mercy on you. Even though some just like to be, usually the ones like her don't care. They just keep. Looks familiar. Justin, did you say where or when he posted this? Let me see. You said something, I think, about the Summer Wells website. It doesn't look like they've posted anything recently except September 10th. Oh my God, it's time to investigate Hawkins County DCS in the Wells case. It's time for a full investigation of Hawkins County DCS. Oh my God, what type of bullshit is this? It's time for a full investigation. On June 14, 2021, there were 4 children living in their American lives with their DNA parents at their home on Ben Hill Road. Why did he say DNA parents? Why doesn't he say biological? He's a strange one. We don't know who or what situation took the one of 4 children, the one girl, Summer Wells, away from her family. We don't know if Summer was the intended child on the radar that day. The possibilities are in the hands of TBI and FBI as they continue to professionally handle the case. We do know that after Summer disappeared, who it is that took the other 3 children, 75% 3 children, the boys we know, 25% 1 child, Summer we don't know. We know that on 14th of June 2021, the DCS was on the Wells property. They closed a bogus case from a bogus phone call about the children. How the hell do you know it is a bogus case? You are putting your freaking bias into this. This is not an informational article. This is a opinion piece. This is it. How do you know? You weren't even around June 14th, according to you. Were you there for the incident that, I mean, come on, look at their past. You're just so ridiculous. Nobody can take you seriously when you lie like this. You know that there was definitely reasons for CPS to be involved with that family. Whether or not the call was about the children having guns or not, what you believe was a bogus call, whatever. It definitely, at least it got the CPS over there, or DCS's attention to go over there. Because did you see the house? It was very dangerous. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? After an intense by-the-book DCS investigation, the Wells family was an accepted American family of 6 persons by sons. No, they weren't ever really accepted. Let me pull up my chat on my phone so I can see. So we know that, okay. On the 15th of June, Summer Wells disappears. The DCS reappears. By using tactics of advantage to vulnerable family, they get the signatures they want. The DCS takes the 3 boys from the Wells. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. They just sign over the boys, right? Is that what you're trying to say by they get the signatures they want? You are so delusional. Do you really think they just signed the boys over? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Have you guys ever heard another case in your entire life where you can just where the DCS takes kids from a home to watch over their safety as a thought by the parents' minds for the parents? Because the parents suggest what? The DCS takes the 3 boys from the Wells home to watch over their safety as thought by the parents' minds during the search for Summer and related chaos is transpiring in this traumatic event. Oh, God. You know who was vulnerable? Not Dawn and Candace, Summer Wells, and the boys. The boys are taken from their family who had no charges against them concerning Summer Wells, nor case charges of their separate home environment as previously stated on the DCS June 14th case closure. Have we seen the case closure? Have we seen the case closure? Has he? I mean, is that what he's trying to say? Nor case charges of their separate home environment as previously stated on the DCS June 14th case closure. How do you know that was stated? You are the worst investigator or freaking journalist I've ever seen. You do zero research. You just put down your thoughts. I guess, how is it findthesummerwells.com? It's supposed to be to go find truthful information about Summer Wells. We're not going there for your freaking opinion. We're going there for Summer Wells. We don't care about your opinion. Summer Wells and facts, not opinions. You talk shit about YouTubers putting their opinions out and their theories out. But here's your theories. Your theory is the DCS case was closed the day before Summer went missing. Your theory is that it was a bogus CPS case. Bogus. Your theory is that it was a loving home and that the parents really thought that they were signing over the boys for their safety to watch over them because of all the craziness on YouTube. These are all your types of theories and your opinions, just like everybody else has opinions and theories. So I don't want to hear anything about YouTubers and their theories because you're full of opinions and theories in this article. The boys are taken from the family who had no charges against them concerning Summer Wells, but a few months prior, 8 months prior, Dawn was just arrested for a drunken event. Okay, that sounds like a really safe environment. The DCS had just cleared the family the day before. Where's the facts? I need to see proof, please. We would love to see that. If we could see that, Tim, you would have a lot more people on that would take you seriously if you could back up what you're saying. You need to be encouraging. If you're the PR person, if you're the media person, if you're the one that try to make them look good, like there's some effing celebrities or something, then why are you not encouraging them to put out these lie detector tests, put out these DCS records showing that the case was closed? You should be encouraging that. Duress by vulnerability was applied without a clear explanation or clear options concerning signing over the boys to this unelected system, taxpayer-funded, non-Amber Alert family-trained child's agency called DCS. Oh my fucking God, dude. I'm sorry. I don't like the F word. But when you say really, this is just like nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. It's just gibberish. Gibberish. It might as well be in a different language. What the hell is a non-Amber Alert family trained? What the heck is an Amber Alert family trained children's agency? There's no such thing. Or a non-Amber. You're making up shit. You came up with the Amber Alert family name yourself. Oh, right. Look, the boys are taking so far away that it made it nearly impossible for a grieving, fearful, panicking Amber Alert family to leave work and related needed finances. Leave the property due to continue investigations and searches, drive the distance, have quality time, and drive back safely. Right. Okay. So at one time I heard they were 3 hours away. Would you guys drive 3 hours to see your child? Like, I probably, they were, I don't know how often they were allowed to see them, but I wouldn't think very often. There has been no non-cliche valid explanation of why Dawn and Candace Wells were abruptly stopped from communicating with their boys. They said because she was drunk. You don't get to decide what cliche is. Non-cliche. How is she was drunk and cannot stay sober? Do you not understand? She's calling the boys, fighting on the phone when the boys are on the phone. I've heard all kinds of crazy shit. And that happened more than once, Tim. I heard of this early on when I had that really good freaking source that Cher ruined. But anyways, I knew way back then that they had been, one time they called and they started fighting on the freaking phone, having a full-on argument with the boys on the phone. Candace and Dawn did. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this was probably a continued thing that happened over and over again. Not something that happened one time and that's it. No. They've had chance after chance after chance, you guys. Yeah. Actually, probably more chances than most. Don couldn't talk to the kids because he tried to talk to one of the boys in private. In private, Candace can't talk because every time she called, she was drunk. Yeah, he tried to, and he even admitted to it, that he was trying to talk to the boys like about stuff that he wasn't supposed to be talking to them about. And he just thought it was so stupid and stuff, but he doesn't understand. He didn't care about the children's well-being, the boys' well-being, their mental health. He wanted to freaking ask. He's trying to fish for information. DCS caseworkers have changed by possible replacement or quitting or being fired with scrambled consistency or inconsistencies concerning the Wells case. These past what? Changed by possible replacement or quitting or being fired. Oh, I'm pretty sure the person that the most inconsistent of all, it has to do with the parents. I guarantee it's the parents that were the most inconsistent. The DCS wasn't a shambles. The DCS was in shambles on June 2021 when Summer disappeared, and discussion by the Tennessee legislation nearly dismantled the DCS in order to rebuild it at the end of 2022. The system that took the wells. No, that's not true. No, you're I'm sorry. I don't want. Okay. I was about to say you're stupid, but I know you're not completely stupid. Actually, you can write pretty well sometimes and stuff, but you seem like pretty intelligent. But this seems like this stuff, though, is this is not logical. None of this, and you know that. Hey, Carrie. Oh, I believe CPS failed Summer. I could agree with him on that, and I could agree with him that DCS needed a revamp. Yeah, and people were talking about like starting over, like getting rid of everybody and starting over, but they don't ever do that. They don't just like fire everybody and start over from brand new. That would not be possible to do something like that. It would take, it would just be, can you imagine? Whoa. So he doesn't sound very intelligent. They would say that, but they thought it needed a whole like start over, but that's not what was going to happen. You can't just like fire everybody and restart. It needs that, just like Hawkins County law enforcement needs that. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So, 7 is completely, every DCS system in the United States or a CPS system are all flawed. They're always going to be like that. It's just anything in life is flawed. The taking of the boys is 99% based on Summer Wells' disappearance. No. Well, I'd say it's 99%. Okay, I'll agree with you that here that it's Summer Wells saved the boys. If it's true that the case was closed the day before Summer went missing, then yeah, the taking of the boys is 99% because of Summer Wells' disappearance. I would agree. Summer Wells saved her brothers, though. So we're not on the same track here. Summer Wells saved her brothers. The boys were taken extremely far in distance from their home. You've already said that. You can't use it, reuse it. The boys were taken from all their support group, their friends, their church, their home, their toys, their parents, and the boys' current state of struggles is highly due to DCS decisions of location, decisions of remedies and solutions, and the boys' separation from all they knew and loved, as well as those many other citizens that loved them, such as their church support. The church support that they just freaking met. There was no stability in that family, in their lives. The only thing that was constant in that family was freaking abuse and neglect and drug use and alcoholism. Okay? Allegedly. 10. The judge working the DCS has now arrested himself. Yeah. Well, we know why that is. Organizations such as Cashapp, who are only volunteers, are sent by the court to the Wells home to investigate and openly spy on the Wells. Their mission statement saying court-appointed volunteer advocacy, so every child who has experienced abuse or neglect can be safe, have a permanent home, and the opportunity to thrive. I don't understand what's wrong with that statement. What's wrong with a permanent home and an opportunity to thrive and be safe from neglect and abuse? I don't get it. Abuse and neglect, talk about a judgment call. What? CASA means court appointed special advocate and guardian ad litem. Volunteers are appointed by judges to advocate for child's best interest. Once again, search DCS and CASA to find out their skill set in working with Amber. Shut up about Amber Alert families. Volunteers, really? Not even paid professionals? Oh my God. Court appointed. You don't just get, oh my God, dude. Volunteers, really? Not even paid professionals? Abuse, neglect? No one said that on the 14th of June. It's the 7th. Oh, really? How do you know? Have you seen the report? Have you seen the report? Because we haven't. Can you share besides your word? Because otherwise we're just going to have to assume your word is coming from Don Wells and his word's not shit. Is the Seventh-day Adventist Church considered abuse and neglect? Are all those happy family photographs abuse and neglect? Yes. Maybe a vast array of toys and sports equipment, maybe fishing. Oh my God. Have you seen? Really? Okay. Right, Yogi? Woohoo! Congratulations, Jam. Never found a cheap lure back when he was begging, so he's been hitting the library and reading Cliff Notes. Or maybe taking the boys away from everything they knew and loved is abuse and neglect. Who did that? The parents? I would debate you. The parents did that. Sorry, I hope I didn't just gulp real loud. Or maybe the boys, or taking the boys away from everything they loved is abuse and neglect. Who did that? Like I said, I would argue that the parents did it by their choices, their poor choices. It is because we are where we're at and the boys are where they're at. So I know you're going to deflect and blame it on CPS, but no, once again, it's Don and Candace's fault. It's their behaviors that led to Summer's disappearance, their behaviors that led to the boys being taken. Nobody can look at those pictures and say, all the pictures, and say, I mean, some of those pictures are really disturbing. I mean, some of them look like normal photos. I agree, but there are some very concerning pictures that most families don't have. These are the people, legal authorities, and organizations that won't even allow the parents to call their boys and say, we love you. No, once again, it was the parents' choice. They had opportunity after opportunity, Mr. Mullins. It was the parents' choice. They knew if they kept arguing on the phone when they're talking to the boys, or if they kept calling drunk, or if they kept, not calling when they say, or not showing up when they say, or whatever they were doing, that is what caused it. It's not CPS. There's set rules. They gave them so many chances. No charges against the Wells concerning Summer. Also, a fully investigated DCS case of the Wells family closed. The day before Summer disappears. Yes, the DCS was on the property the day before Summer disappeared. Yes, for the family. The DCS may have clear connections or someone close to DCS concerning Summer's disappearance. Yes, for the family, the DCS may have clear connections or someone close to the DCS concerning Summer's disappearance. What? Is he blaming DC? Is that supposed to blame DCS for Summer's disappearance? And once again, you keep saying this as if it's fact, and we have seen no proof. But yet you have problems with us YouTubers talking about things that we feel we know. And we have to, otherwise it's conspiracy theories in your mind. But yet we're supposed to believe you that this DCS case was closed without any type of proof, with the house looking like it did. I mean, come on. It does not take a twisted mind to see the extent of the corrupt or non-professional package of people that have handled the taking of the Wells boys and equally bound the parents from communicating with them and stole the boys from their friends' home, church support system, and the love that only comes from their DNA parents who deeply love them and ache beyond words of not being able to brace them. We don't see that. We don't see them that you see. I don't know when you've seen this deeply aching beyond words, but can you give us examples? The new head of DCS in Nashville, Tennessee has an Amber Alert background and hopefully can perceive the Hawkins County misuse of this potentially valuable state agency asset she is attempting to rescue and build into a trustworthy entity. Amber Alert families are the individuals who currently have no distinct placement in the Tennessee DCS system. Children, yes. Families, no. The Wells have been nothing short of the guinea pigs of DCS trying to use policies that don't match the situation. With a DCS system emblazoned with historical fallacies, faults, and failures, the juvenile judge working the DCS on the Wells boys case, now arrested on bribery and forgery charges, and the abuse of vulnerability applied to the Amber Alert family parents by DCS and related. I don't understand. It is time for a complete reevaluation of this debacle, which deceitfully juggled the human rights, the religious rights, the constitutional rights, the moral rights, and the grieving rights of the Wells family and Amber Alert family into the DCS cauldron of guilty until proven innocent. Okay, Mr. Innocent until proven guilty. This they deny, but their policy weaknesses counter this denial. They prefer to imply that they are a good tree, but it is publicly reported by news that they are actually a tree of good and evil. Yes, the taking of the boys has everything to do with the pre-event disappearance of Summer Wells. The DCS has turned Summer's brothers into a victim themselves and done damage that may take years to repair or bring balance. Nope. That was Dawn and Candace that did. Dawn and Candace put their boys through that kind of, if it wasn't for what Dawn and Candace did, the boys would have never have to endure what they are through DCS. See, you're not kind of like playing out the tape, but into the past. Play out the tape into the past. It's a domino effect. Actions have consequences, and it is the actions of Dawn and Candace Wells that cause the consequences of the boys being taken by DCS. They weren't taken like a day after. They were taken a month after. I don't know about that. Finding things on the Wells property or close to it. We're about to talk about that in just a second. That's why I'm reading really fast. I don't know about. Are you talking about this, the bone situation from yesterday? I was just reading this while we kind of got into this, but And then take the next step. What would happen if Summer Wells ended up in the DCS hands? As an example, study a DCS document on rescue children from child trafficking. The word foster parent seems much more prevalent than anything about restoring them to their own families. The policy is biased, not balanced. You banish parents of all their children, then punish them for responding behaviors. The boys become leverage in this hypocritical game of ransom. Summer's disappearance is still a mystery, but the three Wells boys' disappearance is not. I'd say both of them are not. Well, Summers is. There is some mysteries, a lot of mysteries still surrounding it, but one thing is not a mystery, and it is, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, is due to the parents' neglect and abuse that Summer Wells and the boys are not in their custody right now. Just like their other children that they lost before them in other counties from other parts of the United States. Different kids, same song and dance. Different state, same freaking story. Some things never change, do they, Tim Mullins? Summer's disappearance is still a mystery, but the three boys' disappearance is not. Now add the taking of the boys to the already painful mind, body, and psych battles daily fought by the parents of missing Amber Alert child Summer Wells. The formula is disgrace personified. Don and Candace Wells have been stripped and put on public display naked. They're putting their self up there on display. You've got to be kidding me. The Department of Cruel Solutions to the, oh my God. Did you see what he just called it? The Department of Cruel Solutions instead of DCS. To this Amber Alert family in Hawkins County, Tennessee needs unleashed from the case. Hawkins County and DCS policies in this situation are a shambles of shame. There needs to be a full investigation and reevaluation of how Amber Alert families are treated, counseled, nourished, and nurtured in Tennessee and nationally. There needs to be a full investigation and reevaluation of the Wells DCS case. Josie, Wyatt, Waylon, Summer, your parents deeply love you. Their hearts ache for you. The community here loves you every day in every way. Each of you is special. You fill the four chambers of our hearts. Remember what God taught each of you. Remember, God always wins. Okay. Well, aw, I'm the person I am today thanks to my foster parents' credit. 100% goes to them. Candace equals one son damaged for life, one sister missing, one daughter missing, a mother not allowed to contact with any grandkids. Yep. An uncle who is freaking forever, in a asylum because of his he can't control his sexual deviancy. Okay. So now on to the subject at hand. We're going to talk a little bit about this situation yesterday. I think that the videos have been put behind a paywall. Let me see. Okay, we have the one. Did she take down all of them? Why did she do that? So she put them on members only now. And by the way, I want to unsubscribe. I'm going to explain everything. They're private, or are they on members only? Why'd she do that? Did she say why? People are assuming videos on private setting means members only. No, it means nobody sees them, only me. Sorry, I'm extremely disappointed at how rude people are. It makes you wonder, do they not want Summer found? I share these videos as a kind gesture to show people are working hard to try to find Summer. Angel talks too fast. You were the first to ruin it for others. Thanks a lot. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm putting on a video and live stream on private. You can thank the people who are creating rumors. Absolute nonsense, ridiculous people. You are the one that said that it was human bones. Okay? You said human bones. I heard it for myself. I'm no longer in support of this freaking channel. I'm like really disappointed. So yesterday, Justin was over on, or was it Justin's channel? Justin was live. Or somebody was live, and I was supposed to come back on panel. Whose panel was that? Which one? I went on a couple panels yesterday, I think. I was supposed to come back because I was going to go talk to Laura about the video, see if she could, because people kept asking me, is it Frez? Is it Frez? And I was like, at first I was like, no. And then you guys started making me second guess myself, and I started comparing videos and stuff. And because I couldn't get a hold of Laura, and Laura never responded to me last night because she was asleep. And so I never got a hold of her until this morning. No, Juniper, she said human bones. I sent you a message about it, and I'm about this, and I didn't want you to be mad at me for my feelings about this, but okay. Was it Justin's channel? I don't see I haven't seen Justin. I haven't seen him in the chat for a while. She must have not saw what happened when my bones situation. But you know what? What did I do? I showed proof. I showed proof of my law enforcement call. I showed all the proof I could to show you guys exactly that I was being, I mean, as much as I could to show you guys I was being honest. And I don't care what anybody says. I still do not believe Fred set me up at all. So they don't tell you they can't tell you right away if it's human bones or animal bones. But how? How would TBI tell her the same day that they were human bones? Why? Thank you, Candy Prim and Proper. TBI was there, but they're not going to say what they're going to say. Oh, like what they told Fred. Well, some of them are animal bones, but they have to test them to make sure for absolute positive. Yeah, they were crushed up. And wasn't the bone? I didn't see any bones in her video. Did you guys? Was it crushed up bones or something? But we didn't. TBI told her they were human bone. Well, you got. I'm sure it wasn't like super easy, like a full skeleton or something. It was supposedly in a burn pile, right? So what I'm guessing, it was crushed bones. If she's saying she found bones in there and hair, which I don't get. How doesn't hair melt? How would hair be found in a burn pile? I know she's lying, Mercedes. She was lying to try to throw people off, and that's another thing that makes me suspicious of Jody Sue. Why does she do that? Okay. You guys, that area has already been cleared, and like several times. Actually, TBI just cleared that area literally like 2 months ago. How do I know? Because it's Fred's freaking property. That is Fred's property. So I'm a little bit irritated because I talked to her privately and I told her, now I understand there's been people squatting there and it looks like tearing up the place, even worse than it was. Looks like, who knows if I've never known if they've never told me they used needles, but I suppose it could have been theirs. I don't know. But they also said that there was somebody squatting. I didn't know that this was Fred's property until this morning when I talked to Laura and finally got a hold of her because I wanted to make sure. I kept going back and forth. So, and then I started thinking, oh my God, it is Fred's property. And how I saw Fred's sister getting chummy and chat with that lady. And so it all clicked. I was like, oh, great. That's Karen trying to cause problems. Fred's laughing his ass off. So he's not worried at all. He knows all about it because his friend Adrian told him, aka Ziggy. And I told him they're tearing up the freaking floor to look for bones or people you buried under there or something, I guess. So, and also, too, Fred and Laura haven't been on that property since June. Yeah, Fred's sister gave her, and it makes sense because she was in the chat. I talked to her privately. I'm the one that mentioned, was like, told her, I don't know. I thought I gave her the tip about Light Cemetery in the ditch because that's what Fred told me. I mean, I thought I did, but literally she was there the same day that Fred told me. So I don't know, like, if she would have had to like sent them out literally the same day. So I think, so that was weird when I saw her over there already searching or having people search out there. it was weird because I'm like, wow, that's literally the place Fred just told me. So no, the searching on that video she put out the other day with the bones or the supposed bones and hair, doesn't hair melt anyways? Like, I'm waiting for that answer. That is Fred's property, and supposedly there's been people squatting in it, according to the sister at least. So now we don't know what's what. So Fred and Laura are going to get blamed for everything in there. So yeah, I'm a little bit irritated, but you know what? Maybe somebody could have planted something there after, and tried to frame them or something. Maybe something's been moved there. Maybe it's not a bad idea to search it and stuff. But I just wish that would have been done, like, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm telling you, though. I didn't know till this morning, or I would have came back yesterday and told you guys all when I was over there at Justin's, or on panel with Justin. But it was Justin and Smiley. That's right. I wanted to make sure. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. Yeah, I asked, yeah, but like, that's so noticeable though. How can that be anything? Like, that's nothing. That's like so noticeable. How is that high? Like, I don't know. He must have been tweaked out of his mind when he did that. If that was him, I'm assuming it was, but like, it was so noticeable. It's not like you can hide anything in that tree cutout. It's so you know what I mean? So what was the point of that? I asked Laura, I go, did Fred like cut out like part of a tree and put it back together? I didn't she's like, she was half asleep. She's like, yeah, probably. But this is what Fred has to say. When I told him about it. He said Hawkins County already cleared 207 of everything, even the septic tanks. So she's full of shit. She's trying to be smart. Let this happen. They will be justice. Let this happen. They will be justice. She was the last one to burn stuff up there after I had everything. Oh! So he's saying that Karen would do something like that. Think it's funny to put some hair and some freaking bones in there. She would. He said she was the last one there to burn stuff up there after I had everything searched because of times like this. He's not that, you guys, he's like a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He says, he goes, I love this shit. People can't outsmart this backwards ass hillbilly for real. They're going to have to step up their game a whole hell of a lot. So he thinks that his sister is trying to purposely set him up. So that's why he's saying that. He thinks, and he's saying that his sister is going to get herself into some trouble because it's her game. It's just like how she went to Ronnie Lawson and tried to get him in trouble for extortion. And then Ronnie sees the messages and saw it was all BS. But Jessica, she was like, I didn't like the way she was like saying that this is the most that anybody's ever searched or most anybody's ever done, and don't name any other psychics and don't name any other creators in the chat, and this is my channel, it's all, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh my God, she's not who I thought she was. I thought she was really for Summer, and then I just started and then I also noticed like people always like coming in my chat and like being like, why is nobody showing another Rome stuff? And like she was like really promoting her stuff, and it just did not seem right. It did not seem right to me. Yeah, this last one was Fred's property. Down at the bottom of the driveway, butterfly. Down at the bottom of the driveway where Candace was freaking hanging around at 4:30 acting like she was looking for Summer. Same area that freaking Andy Bernard and some other strange character met up down at the end of Ben Hill. Same area around where the dogs hit. You guys understand, 207 is right around whatever was going on down there. Yeah, and I can't get on board with, I mean, you guys believe whatever you want. I have no problem telling you it's best that you guys know it's Fred's property, because you can use that for your judgment and how you want to. But you guys also remember June was the last time he was out there. I mean, I'm kind of torn on it a little bit. Like, I do think it's good to search the property to make sure nothing's being stashed there, or, you know, or because it would be a good place for somebody to hide stuff, because and you guys, I'm really annoyed too, because it was all a setup too, because I got a text literally the same day that they were out there, and this is another reason why I'm annoyed. Listen to what they did. She had somebody text me to find out where Laura was. And at the time, I had a really bad feeling about it. And I didn't think anything of it. So I didn't answer for like 3 hours. I was like, why? I didn't have a good feeling. I did not have a good feeling, because they're like, oh, can you tell me the county Laura's in so I can help look for services for her? And I knew it was I don't know why. Because I didn't even, at that time, I knew nothing about the searches. But I just thought it was weird that this person was asking me that. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just random. Okay. And then I did answer and give her the county like 3 hours later. But the next day, when this search happened, and, you know, I was like, oh my God. They texted me to make sure that Laura was not out there. September, is that sarcasm? Because I'm annoyed always. She had permission for the searches from Karen, who is trying to sabotage Fred and try to get him in trouble with Ronnie Lawson, and lied and said that he was extorting her. They took his like chirp from him to make sure it wasn't true, and they returned it because they saw she was full of shit. And then I was like, I saw her over in another Realms chat. I should have put two together. I didn't even remember till like late last night. It started really getting at me because I had remembered that I saw Karen in another Realms chat, and you know, so Yeah, if I'm saying the F word stuff or September, then I'm upset or really irritated. I guess like my irritation with it, if it was like, if she would have talked to me first about it, and I don't know why, and if she would have been I don't know if she would, not just me, but to Laura, you know, and just it would have been a respectful thing to do. I guess she really, you know, looks at Laura suspiciously. Is that why she can't talk to her? Because she might tell Fred, the big time unaliver Fred. God. Have you guys figured out how there could be hair in a burn pile? Well, I wouldn't say, I had never been in their place, guys. So, I mean, one time I saw him sit, like when you first walk in the door, and when I saw that bed in the video, I was like, that kind of clicked with me because like she would make the bed and stuff. Like, cause I remember when she answered her door, the bed was right there and it was made, and it didn't look like a lot of like trash around. But I didn't go in. But the yard, I mean, yeah, they've been in trouble. The Redmonds have been trying to get them in trouble for all that trash and stuff out there forever. But you know, it is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. It's And when I saw, and also another clue that it was Fred's property is when I kept seeing Mountain Dew, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Fred's. Because I know that Laura's favorite drink is Mountain Dew. And that's not at all why they lost the kids. But the good thing is, Mimi, they are trying to change. Unlike Dawn and Candace, they don't have a child that is missing, you know. Judy, I'm zero worried. I'm zero worried. The truth is always, and that's how I know she's a fake, because Fred's one of the best people I've ever met. So I know she's full of it. Yeah, he had a drug problem and stuff, but he's not capable of hurting somebody. He had a bad drug problem. And Laura is a really good person too. Very sensitive. There's no way that she would ever have been able to be around somebody who did something to a child. She's playing. Yeah, I'm in love with him. I'm in love with him. No, I don't care. I'm one to stand up for what I believe is right. And I'm not going to back down, just no matter if it's the popular opinion or what. You guys should know that by now. We know that they did drugs. You remember he said so himself. Just like he's said a lot of other things about that he wasn't proud of and stuff. But she started crying when, that's how I knew it was fake, guys. The crying and stuff. And when I found out it was Fred's, I mean, I know there has been people squatting in there since June. And even it tore it up even worse. So there's no electricity or anything. I just didn't understand she's crying when we'll see though. Maybe she'll prove me wrong. I might have to look into it, Candy. I don't know anything about it. Now, I don't like how she went about that. She could have, it was just, it was not okay. And it's okay. Like, I'm not totally against the property being searched, but to come on, she literally did say it was human bones. She did say that. You know, right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, but she made it seem like that. But she knew, like, I don't know. I talked to her like right before then, and she didn't say anything about going to that property. She knows how much I talked to Fred and Laura. If she would have just told me not, I don't know. I just thought it was. I think maybe I'm more annoyed at Karen. I don't know. I might be misdirecting my annoyance. But yeah, it is possible that somebody is stashing something on Fred and Laura on that property. No, I looked into those that really like her and stuff. I like really thought highly of her. And the live that she did going over it, how she was like, don't mention any other creators, no other psychics. This is my platform, and it was just no other creators. Like, it was just like, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. It seemed to me like greedy, like, and then she would come and she would send people in here and be like, why isn't anybody talking about another realm's videos? And it happened all the time. I don't know if she would send people in here or what, but they would be people, her subscribers. Oh, really? I don't know. I'm not saying she's fake at all. I shouldn't have said she's fake. I don't know that. I don't know that. I did like her. You know, I did see that. I did use, like to watch her and stuff like that. I shouldn't say she's, but because, like somebody said, something could be put on the property afterwards, but she's not under that belief. She's like really zeroed in on Fred, and that's fine, but she's not going to get anywhere with that. She's barking up the wrong tree, but go right ahead. Karen's gonna she's going to tell you a bunch of lies with no proof. She hasn't been seen Fred in like 5 years. She took off at 17, and like her family doesn't even hardly know her. She'll even tell you she hardly knows her family. So yeah, go get all those stories off of Karen. The one that called the jail and said that Fred and another inmate were exploiting her, or what they say, extorting her. A complete lie. I'm trying to remember what. I'm not sure if I don't know. But no, the ravine can't. She can't get to the ravine. It's too steep. They need. But I was like all about that area, and yeah, I mean, she did mention the people's property, but it was gonna be easy to find out that was Fred's property. Everybody was asking me, and I was gonna have to say yes. I'm not gonna lie. If I ended up finding it, Laura would end up seeing it, being like telling me that was the property. I would have had to tell it. I've been there so many times. She knows that. I would think she showed even part of the trailer inside it. She should have known Laura was going to recognize it. Well, I mean, Fred and Laura don't care for it. Fred's like, Laura's annoyed because she was laughing about the floor being lifted up or whatever, the bathroom floor. And we were laughing about the tree thing because I was like, why did he, that's not, you can't hide things in there. It's too obvious. Yeah, I almost told you in your chat, but I like held back because I know how fast news goes or flies around here. Well, for some reason, they're not letting them go out there to the ravine or something. They're kicking people out of there. Going missing. I think more so with the Jody Sue thing. I think it's more so Andy got her into some bullshit. probably why she left them, or she's probably pissed. I think saw Cher called TBI and it's fake. But I don't know if TBI is going to say anything in her defense. I'm trying not to, maybe I'm being a little bit hard on her. Or maybe I'm misplacing my annoyance. Because I do see the how it could be good to search the property. But really, how does hair not melt in a burn pile? September Virgo, if you email me, I can ask Laura if I can, if she has an address I could give you. That is true. He did leave her. That is true. Yeah, but she told me, she said that she suspected Fred. She has said that. So I mean, but yeah, that's why I'm saying it would be a good place to hide something. And not, but people are going to automatically assume it's Fred. It's all Fred. So that's what's another irritant. Because even though she wanted to keep it quiet, she knew it was going to get out with the angle of picture she took. I mean, that property has been on several of my videos. And Laura's going to see it. She's had Laura look at her videos. I've sent Laura to her channel. So Laura's going to go over there and see that and be like, oh my God, WTF, look what Karen's up to now. Because when I should have known when she said she had permission, because that's the only, Dawn and Candace aren't going to give them permission. No other place around there are going to give them permission. Well, I guess she was thinking that saying something about a serial unaliver, and that's Fred's property, and people are already gonna watch. Everybody's gonna start saying, I just want proof that it was human bones. That's it. Hair would melt. That doesn't even make sense. Right? Wouldn't hair melt? I just don't understand how that hair could. Now, if they have moved her over and over again, it is possible. I guess it's, which many of us think she has been moved, including me. So, like I said, I'm very torn on this. So, I'm sorry, Tara, for getting upset. I'm just a little annoyed, but I'll get over it. I'm just annoyed because it's going to turn into something different, I don't know how she could have gone about it differently. to be honest. Besides putting it out there, I guess. Yeah, he is, and that was how old was he? Peanut Gallery. He was like his first time Fred ever got in trouble. 2011, 12 years ago. He's 40. I think he said he's 47 now, or almost 47. He'll be 47 this year. So I think he was 35 when he got his first charge with that. He never had any like charges before that or anything besides like traffic offenses. So we're not talking about like a somebody like Don Wells. But we're also not talking about a saint either. He does have a drug problem. Hopefully he did have a drug problem. It was in his place. It was when his psycho sister freaking was tripping on bath salts and put a gun to his face while he was sleeping. He woke up to a gun to his face and he grabbed his gun real quick and shot at the freaking wall. What'd she do? Turn it around on Fred. Fred was a felon. So, and then what happened? CPS gets involved. When Fred shot somebody in the neck, that was self-defense. A man came there drunk, blasting his music at midnight. It's in the article. Fred didn't even get any charges, even said it's self-defense. He got a gun charge because he wasn't supposed to have a gun. It was on his property. Same thing with the other incident. My guess is that he couldn't stay clean, and that's why he ended up doing prison time for that other charge. I haven't really got into it too much with him, but that's just my guess, is that he probably kept violating probation with urine screens. Did she play that call, Shelly, where TBI said that? Because, we have to have proof on everything here. I have to, so everybody else has to too. I mean, that's the only way. I can't take anything for fact unless it's nothing against the person it come from. It doesn't matter even if it comes from somebody I really trust. There would always be something in the back of my mind that would doubt it. And I want facts because I want to rule things out. They probably want, never mind. Your name sounds familiar, Karen Renfro. So you're talking about Light Cemetery, Karen? Do you know the Wells? Your name sounds familiar. Maybe Karen is helping her RSO boyfriend to help cover up what he done. And what is he an RSO? Is he an I'm trying. He did. Is that what Fred said? I thought Fred told me that he told me to look into him. He didn't tell me anything about him though, but he said all you have to do is look into her boyfriend. Yeah, if it was human bones, I would think so too, exploitative sense. But I don't know how. I wish I was there when the TBI came by or police came out there with my situation, but I had to leave. I couldn't get cell service. So I had to go by what Fred said on that too. He said Kenny. Isn't that the name that Fred said, Kenny? But I don't know. He doesn't remember his last name. I just think where the main thing where she messed up was just saying it was human bones, like and saying it so in human hair. How'd she know? I mean, maybe she could tell human hair by just looking at it, I guess. But oh, really, Paige? And I do. You guys know that I believe in psychics and mediums and stuff like that. So it's not that at all. I mean, I read tarot. I'm not psychic, but I do read tarot. So I'm open to that kind of stuff. And she has a good ear for picking out those MP3, whatever they're called. So some of you guys are right. I probably was too hard on her. I don't know. I'm probably taken out partly because it's Fred and Laura's, like, property. And I just know the stuff people are going to start saying. So, but at the same time, I don't know how she could have really done it differently besides not showing it all, or maybe blurred out the trailer part of it, because that's how people were able to tell. That's how or with them inside, maybe not showing the inside or something, or blurred part of it. It did seem like, I do feel like tarot for some reason, I don't know how, is much more accurate than like pendulum or dowsing rods, or I don't know. If you get a good medium, they don't need that, or a good psychic, they don't need even tarot. Probably, they can just, a psychic will be able to do it without cards. See, that's why I'm not psychic at all. I just have a really strong, I have a strong intuition, but I never listen to it. Hey, I'm surprised. I guess I have to give them credit for going up there. I've been trying to get people won't go up there until Fred's not there. Everybody's so scared of him. You know, I just wish people would have, Fred and Laura would have let you guys search on their property out in the yard. I mean, maybe not pilfer through their stuff inside, but tried forever to get people to go out there. I'd be careful down there by the Redmonds. I'd be more scared of them. But I did see there was a couple out there. You don't go out there by yourself. Just saying. Not all the way down there in the holler by the Redmonds. And also, here's another tip. Don't pull, when you back up your car out of the driveway, don't pull back into the grass, because the Redmonds think it's funny to put spikes out there in the grass on their part of the property. So Fred Hill would, his tires would pop, and same with anybody else. So be careful going out there. That is full of pranks. Well, she didn't trespass because she was given permission. I don't know. I'm just trying to decide if I was too hard on her. Trust me, I'm annoyed. But it was Fred's sister that gave her permission. And Fred's sister is the what's the word? Power of attorney or whatever. And their parents just passed away. You know, their father passed away about a little over a year ago or so. And then their mom passed away earlier this year, like 6 months ago. So, you know, that was all just getting settled. And then Fred goes to jail. The property is not in Fred's name. It's still in the parents' names. And they just passed away. And so the court is all getting settled. So, but yeah, and also Fred and Laura haven't been on that property since June. And there's people been squatting in it. And so, but yet it's just, But Fred is in jail. He's been in jail. Yes, that was where they lived. You guys sold the property. I didn't know that until this morning. I double checked with Laura. I had never been inside there. I'd only seen, so like I said, when I saw that bed on that video, it made me think it was, because I remember they one time when they answered the door, they were both sitting on that bed. It didn't look messy at all. The bed was made. I didn't see any trash. I didn't go like inside though. But like I said, like they've said, there's been people, everybody knows Fred and Laura are not there and haven't been there since June. So yeah, there's been people squatting in there. Well, they tore it up, Karma's Queen. Like even Karen said, it got tore up even worse since they've been in jail. The squatters and stuff tore it up. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if a certain somebody, I won't say any names, went in there and probably just like demolished the whole thing just to be an asshole. Now, he had that stuff all over the yard. Yeah, it's always looked like a freaking used car lot or used he would get like lawnmowers out there and have all kinds of different little projects going on. So yeah, it looked like a mess out there. but he's in jail. Karma, they know he's in jail. Everybody knows Fred Hill's in jail and nobody's there. Everybody knows that. He's been in jail since the first half of June, or June 13th. Laura's been out of there since June 23rd. Nobody's been there since. The burn barrel, like, she's taken a break from it. She actually Nana's Angel's passing really made her rethink things and stuff. Like she started getting healthier and stopped smoking and stuff. Well, yeah, and but I do agree it's good. I was worried that somebody could be planning stuff on that property because it's well known that nobody is there. Like Don Wells knows nobody's on that property. The Redmonds absolutely know nobody's on that property. So the whole, the people back there know that that property is currently completely, nobody's hanging out there. Now, at the other property, at 165, there is people there, yeah. But that's before you get down to 207, so nobody ever goes down there. There's lots of people who know that that place is... But like I said, the day before they went out there, I just so happened to get a text that asked me what county that Laura was in, so they could help get her services. And I knew that text. To me, the text kind of like I knew immediately something was suspicious about the text, and I didn't respond right away. I saw it right away, but I didn't respond for 3 hours because I was sitting there thinking, is this a trap? And I don't know why I thought that either. I didn't know anything of the, anything about the searches or anything yet. So the next day, when I saw that, at first I didn't think it was Frez and Laura's at all. And then I kept watching it, and then I started comparing it. And then when I went over on Justin's, and I suddenly, and people started asking me if it was, started asking me if it was Frez, and then I like remembered, like, oh my God, Frez's sister like hung out in the chat over there at Another Realms, and I started to remember things, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, it probably really is. And I started trying to blow up Laura's Facebook Messenger, and she wasn't responding, and that's why I didn't go back to Justin's last night. I didn't find out till this morning for positive that it was Laura's. I didn't want to say so until I knew for absolute certain. I didn't think it was at first. But the thing is, like, I guess I'm just irritated because even though, like I said, like, even though it wasn't put out whose property it was and stuff, she had to have known that it was going to be easily figured out. And also, and I do agree, though, that somebody could have placed something on the property while he's been in jail, or even if they want to go out there and search. And I understand some people think Fred's involved or whatever. Whatever. Kill two birds with one stone, and you can satisfy all of us. I want to, think that possibly somebody planted something on there afterwards. It's a possibility. So yeah, I guess, being searched is not a bad thing. But at the same time, I know that people are going to automatically like assume, oh, it's Fred that did this and stuff, or, and she said it was human bones, and everybody's going to assume it's going to tie Fred back into it. You know what I mean? I mean, she didn't say it was there, but Laura was going to see it and be able, she watches that channel because that channel reached out to her and asked her to watch her channel. So it was going to get out there right away. Fred's been feeling like they've been trying to, he said from like the very first video conversation I've done with him that he feels like they've been trying to set him up. I need to ask him about that tree thing. I need to ask Fred what he thought he was going to be hiding in a tree that was so clearly cut out of. I mean, what was that supposed to be? You can't hide anything in there. That's super noticeable. I didn't think it was Believe. I truly didn't. I don't think I flipped. I can ask her about it. But I do know that supposedly Karen burnt stuff, like burnt trash and stuff in that burn pile. I get supposedly like picking stuff up or something. So Karen probably threw that stuff in there, the lingerie. If she found any of that stuff, like maybe she was just throwing it in there and burning it. Yeah, but I still don't like the way it was. She said they were human bones. It's not just that. I already said I could be a little bit biased on it. I still am not, even if I wasn't biased, and I still wouldn't be like 100% on it. Dropbox. What's the Dropbox tree? I don't know. Laura and Fred don't know. You guys will soon find out. Karen is full of stories. Maybe you guys will see eventually. But how is that a hollow? That tree was so obvious. What was that hollow tree going to hide? I don't understand what the purpose of it would be. It'd be different if it like came out and you couldn't see the outline of the bark. I didn't see any bones either. I didn't see her say these are bones or whatever. I saw the hair thing, but at the same time I wondered like how there would be hair in there. Because wouldn't hair melt? A mailbox? A body in a tree? Did they move that to see if it was actually hollowed out? I think that would be the stupidest thing. Why would somebody cut out a tree just to put a body in there? That would be so noticeable. That's not hiding anything. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't care whose property it's on. That tree is so noticeable. Like I don't know if somebody saw that, that's the first place they're gonna go. How is that like supposed to hide anything? That to me is like a big blazing, like flashing lights. Yeah, but you would think it'd be a better job concealing it than that. That like I could see it being done. That being done, that would be a great idea. Um, if thinking, evilly like a criminal would, it would be a great idea to stash stuff if you couldn't see the outline of the bark. If there was a way to conceal that, then that would be a really good idea, actually. I mean, maybe there would be something that he could. I don't know. Maybe there was something like. I mean, I guess it could be, and then put something in front of that so you can't see that it's been cut out. I could see that being, one of those like kind of in plain sight things, people wouldn't really think to look for a tree being cut out, you know? If there was something in front of it, like, I don't know, something leaning up against it, maybe somebody wouldn't really notice. I mean, I guess it could be maybe a drop-off area. Are you saying maybe a drop-off area to put her for a time period? Oh my God. But why would they go? Why would they go through all that? That I don't know. That just doesn't seem. I don't think so. But that is an idea. But like to maybe temporarily, like right when whatever happened to summer, like maybe right then. But how would they know what was going to happen? It would have had to been planned then. You know, that would have taken some time, right? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Nobody would have had time to do that. Fred wasn't even around. I mean, somebody else could have gone up there, but no, they would have done something else. Like you're in the wilderness, and Dawn has lived there for years and years. Even if you want to say it's Fred or any of these people, they all like know the area so well. They're gonna know like some really, good drop-offs or something, or a cave that nobody knows about. Nope. Oh, the hair and bones were found. No, she couldn't get down into she told me that she couldn't get down that they couldn't get down into the ravine, but they were gonna keep trying. But then I heard from others that they're, making people, not letting people around the area. It is, I mean, they call Fred's the neighbor's house. She said 3 minutes from Dawn and Candace's. It's, Fred, everybody calls Fred the neighbor's house, even though it's a mile away. So that's what she meant. She said 3 minutes away. People thought it was the cemetery. I thought that too until she messaged me and cleared it up with me and told me that there was some things I think she found at the cemetery, like she turned in. I don't know, but my understanding that hair and the bones was from the burn pile over at 207. That cutout of that tree though looks like it would be hard to when it doesn't. I don't know. I wonder how heavy it would be. I'm gonna ask them. and see what he says. I asked Laura, I didn't have it. I asked Laura if Fred would cut out, like would cut out a tree and put stuff, yeah, she said, probably. But she was half asleep, so I didn't get a chance to ask her the details on that. Cotton was missing money. Who said Cotton was missing money? I've never heard that. Who said Cotton was missing money? And who about insurance payout? What insurance payout? What insurance payout was he expecting? For what? 2,000's nothing. Wait, what? I don't remember any type of payout or anything like that. Or any type of insurance or any type of money about Cotton, actually. Fred said he figured Cotton got robbed. Oh yeah, because he said that Fred, he said that Cotton had money on him when he left. Nah, I don't think so at all. No, he said that he knew that he had a lot. He told Laura that he knew after it happened. He told Laura that he thought he could have got robbed because he had a lot of money on him, or had money on him, or something. Who said that $2,000? Where would the $2,000 come from? Where did we see the $2,000 amount? I mean, yeah, it's $2,000. That's like nothing. But I mean, I guess people have been killed for less. I guess. No, Mercedes, I can't. Mm-mm. I don't know. Who said he had 2K on him? I didn't even see a 2K anywhere. Fred talked to family. Family told, this is how he knew he was hit in the back of the head. He talked to Cotton's family member. That's how he knew about it. You guys, he was told this by a family member of Cotton's. That's how he freaking knew about him being hit in the head. And if he said 2K, I'm sure it's just something that he learned afterwards. And those aren't messing with their business. And what's that supposed to mean? That he's told a lot of things by a lot of people. And it's always been, there's hardly anything that I can think of that hasn't been, that we could prove to be absolutely false. That's why they say, why people go and ask Fred stuff, because he for some reason, he hears everything. People tell him everything down there. Jody. What was part of Karen's story? I don't understand what you mean by that at all. Told a lot of things. Are you trying to say he's lying? When we haven't had any type of proof of him lying on anything, and we're just going to say he's lying? Just because? When we have proof on plenty of tons of stuff on Don and Candace, so we're just going to assume that he's lying? No, Cotton's family knew he was hit in the back of the head. I was even told before. I was told before by family before Fred told me. They knew very early on. Actually, they were under the assumption that that he fell. It got reopened when all that stuff was came about, when Fred knew about the back of the head thing. So that's why they gave him the polygraph, because he knew about the back. He knew about Cotton being hit in the back of the head. So that's the reason why. But we don't have any history of that. You know, I don't just like assume people's lying that I don't have a history of it. And I've been like talking to him all the time. And him and Laura constantly have met them numerous occasions in person. And I have never caught them in a straight up lie. Don and Candace, we see that stuff happening all the time. I go by people's past. People's past are a really good predictor of their future. And that's how and that's just how I do it. I understand many people are more cautious of people than that and don't trust people from the very jump. I'm kind of the opposite. I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. If I always trust people from the jump, and then if I see something shady, and then that's when I start losing a little bit of trust. Like if I were to find out that Fred straight up lied to me, if I found out it was straight up lie, that he straight told me, and I knew for 100%, yeah, I would lose a lot of trust. But there's never been that moment, Karma. There has never been that moment. I'm not a stupid person. I'm not going to just blindly support somebody. But there's never been that moment where there he is, he lied straight up. You know what I mean? Not yet. But if we come to that, yeah, I would totally not trust him. If I found one thing that was an intentional lie that had to do with this, I would seriously, yeah, the trust would be completely gone, because it's a serious situation. It's a child missing. This isn't like kids play. I would be really, really, really upset. But I have not had that moment. And with either one of them. But I've had that moment with tons of other people in this community, and people and others like that, other people, suspects or other people surrounding the case. Basically, pretty much all of them. There's been that moment. Straight out lie. Allie, Candace, Dawn, Jody Sue, Andy. We could go on and on. We don't have that with Fred and Laura. That is why. You guys, I'm not supporting them blindly. If I find out, I promise you, any type of straight up lies or bullshit he's been telling me for absolute fact, and he's doing it, intentionally, purposely, absolute fact, trying to derail, trying to misinform, trying to, in any way, I would be done supporting him. And I would tell you guys to not trust him anymore. I absolutely am a stickler on honesty. And when it comes to something like this and it's serious, to me, Fred and Laura has been the only ones that have been honest. Like the only ones like directly close to the case. He's directly close to the case because Fred named him, and Dawn was there that night, and and then Fred or Dawn named him. Then Fred wore a wire. So all that. You guys can believe, I'm going to believe what Fred says because he hasn't lied to me before. So when he tells me that that's the reason why he got the polygraph, because he knew where he was hit on the back of the head, I'm going to believe him. Because I've never caught him a lie before, like I've caught every other person. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And we will talk tomorrow. Ta-ta!